This is the DraftKings Big Game SnackDown. Major League Eating live from Tampa Bay. Welcome aboard, folks. We are coming to you from the 180-foot yacht Starship, a boat just big enough to hold 6 of the top 10 Major League eaters in the world. And you can see them right there. You got Joey Chestnut, of course, ranked number 1. There's Mickey and Nick. Mickey not competing right now. We got Darren Breeden on the list. Gideon Oji, the tallest man in the sport. And there he is. 2 goats competing in Tampa today, and that's one of them, Joey Chestnut. And the beautiful, bejeweled, bespoke, and curated trophy from DraftKings. Let's take a look at what they're eating. They're all these great football feasting favorites, starting with a 15-inch pizza, whole pepperoni pizza. Really beautiful. A bowl of chili, that's 32 ounces of chili. 25 Nathan's Famous Pigs in a Blanket. 32 ounces of 8-layer dip, first ever 8-layer dip, topped with bacon by the orders and certified by MLE. 100 cheese balls, 25 boneless buffalo wings, a 12-inch submarine sandwich, and we wrap it off with a kicker. 25 jalapeno poppers. Hey guys, welcome to the DraftKings Big Game SnackDown. I'm Richard Shea with Major League Eating, joined by George Shea, also of Major League Eating. How thrilling to be here in the host city of Tampa Bay today.
It's amazing, and it is glorious, Richard. The sun is shining, not like New York City, MLEHQ, where it is snowing.
Well, the last time we did a contest together, it was with DraftKings in Las Vegas. Joey Chestnut, top-ranked in the world, was there. Joey fell in hard times that day, did not win.
He did not. I think he will do much better today. However, Richard, this contest is custom made for Jeffrey Esper, ranked number 2 in the world. It's heavy, it's dense. He is going to push through. I expect him to be very close to Joey.
Well, you know, we're here with DraftKings, so we've got some betting odds from Johnny Avello. And it's going to be an interesting contest. Joey is negative 200. I believe Esper is plus 200. You've got Michelle Lesko, the 9th-ranked eater in the world, at plus 4,000. Darren Breeden, keep an eye on him at plus 425. Darren Breeden has beaten Joey. He has beaten Jeff.
I think, Richard, that a little bit the delta between Joey and Jeff might be a little wide. I'll be interested to see.
And it's all about fun, too, today. We've got a prop bet. Will any of these eaters complete all the food? Will they finish it in 8 minutes? The yes is negative 139 on that. But before we get into the big eating, I should say download that DraftKings app. Download that app. There's a $100,000 free-to-play on this event. It's all part of the $250,000 tailgate celebration that DraftKings is doing. $5,000 on the line for our guys. And we're going to kick it off with a surprise event. When I was in college, we did a wine and cheese night, George. You remember that? We invited the Tri-Delts. The wine was Mad Dog 2020. The cheese came in a can. Talk to me about canned cheese, George.
Well, Richard, spray cheese in a can is one of the greatest innovations since cheese fondue. Today, we're going to take it a step further. We're going to have the first ever fully sanctioned spray cheese in a can chugging contest. Let's meet the chuggers. From Pocono Pines, PA, a man mountain at 6 feet 6 inches tall. Ranked number 15 in the world, George Chigger. And from Normal, Illinois, ranked number 10 in the world, the great Matt Hazard. And now, folks, the first ever spray cheese in a can chugging contest. Count it down with me from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
I sincerely hope they don't get any of that cheese on the trophy.
Richard, Matt Hazard, look, he's gone double barrel. Matt Hazard, look at that. They're both using water, but Matt Hazard throwing caution to the wind. Double barrel on the cheese.
The great thing about this cheese, George, you don't need a knife. No formality, just pour it in.
Now, it seems to me now George Chigger's on his second can. Matt Hazard seems to be struggling. It looks like their baby's drinking milk, Richard. This is very close. Here. They have to turn the cans over and spray them to show that they're empty. This is very close. George Chigger now using water very judiciously, very effectively. This is neck and neck.
Literally neck and neck. You can see their necks.
We're coming down to the wire. George Chigger shaking out the cheese in his mouth. Oh, they're dead tied, Richard. George Chigger double checking. George Chigger! 8 George Sugar just beat
by
him.
a hair, George. By a hair.
Oh, my
Unbelievable. And we are underway on the Yacht Starship right here in the heart of Tampa Bay. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the DraftKings Big Game SnackDown with Major League Eating. You still have time to download that app and get involved in the $100,000 free-to-play courtesy of DraftKings. We are on a yacht in the heart of the host city, and now, for the host with the most, I'm going to toss it over to the OG, the original George Shea.
Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of the world, welcome to the Big Game SnackDown from DraftKings, where the greatest eaters in the world have gathered. Let's meet them now. He is the 8th Archangel, Gideon the Exalted. He stands 6 feet 9 inches tall, 7 feet from tip of wing to tip of wing. The undisputed kale-eating champion of the world, ranked number 7 in the world, Gideon Noji. She is the Empress of 4 kingdoms, of earth, of fire, of water, of air. And she comes from a time when humans, like words, lived in the sky, before we were pulled down to the earth by gravity. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 2 ranked female in the world, from Tucson, Arizona, Michelle Lesko. He is a diet coach and physical fitness instructor who treats himself each day to 1 carbohydrate. Ranked number 7 in the world, from Tampa Bay, Florida, hometown boy, ladies and gentlemen, Nick Worry. Through meditation, he learned that his spirit animal is a bologna sandwich. Ranked number 3 in the world, from Orange, Virginia, my friends, I give you Darren Breedon. 50 pork roll sandwiches, 83 slices of pizza, 95 tamales, 225 Hostess donuts. The numbers don't lie, and that is why he is the number 2 ranked eater in the world, from Oxford, Massachusetts, a teacher by trade, Jeffrey Esper. It is an honor for all those now living to behold this man. He is the citadel at the center of the nation, the fortress at the highest point in the land. And he can see both oceans, and he can see the truth. And he will endure forever, until his bones are cracked and splintered and scraped like chalk on pavement. He will fight on, until he is the last man standing on the dirt-covered surface of the earth. He will fight on. Look at his works, ye mighty, and despair. He has surpassed the very kings of Egypt, the number 1 ranked eater in the world, the Nathan's famous 4th of July champion of the world, Yowie Chestnut.
Well, there they are, folks. The weapons of mass digestion have assembled at our stage. There they are. There they are. The weapons of mass digestion have assembled at our stage for the DraftKings Big Game SnackDown. $100,000 free to play. We'll be back in Tampa in just a moment. Well, ahoy, Paloy. We're back on the Yacht Starship, and she is Yar. Very speedy and quick to the helm. Who is the speediest and fastest and best equipped eater today? We're going to find out. Johnny Avello of DraftKings did put the odds on there. Of course, Joey Chestnut is favorite at -200. Michelle Lesko plus 4,000. You know, interesting in there with Esper at plus 200, and of course Breeden at plus 425. Never count out OG or Wary either. Lots of money on the line. Don't forget the prop bet. Let's go down to George Shea to kick off the DraftKings Big Game SnackDown.
My friends, it is go time. It is go time. It is go, no, go, lock and load, love him and leave him, smoke him if you got him, see you want to see you, see you on the other side. Time. It's time for the DraftKings Big Game SnackDown. Count it down with me from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And we are underway. We are underway here in the heart of Tampa Bay. We have kicked things off a couple hours before the big game. As we said, Joey Chestnut crushing the pizza. The most popular pizza topping on this day, George, is pepperoni.
Richard, I saw Joey going after the pepperoni pizza, and I said to myself, that's the fastest time I've ever seen anybody eating the pizza. And yet, Jeffrey is right there with him. He had the entire thing down there, dead even. Another into the chili, dead even. I told you, watch Jeffrey Esper. He likes these heavy, dense foods. Neck and neck with Joey Chestnut as Nick Wary also moving into the chili. Gideon OG into the chili. We are in to the second round with the chili. All of the eaters now on chili.
Well, chili, George, you see that pizza go so quickly. Americans eat 100 acres of pizza a day. Can you imagine if they could all eat as well as Joey?
Richard, forgive me. Joey's done with the chili, and he is on to the Nathan's Famous Pigs in a Blanket, which he is picking up, and he's just throwing them in the mouth. Richard, you know he has an abnormally wide esophagus. That is well established, and they're just dropping down.
George, he's eaten 75 full-size Nathan's Famous hot dogs. Just imagine what he could do with these pigs in a blanket.
Joey and Jeffrey are eating in the exact same fashion, but let me tell you, they are dead even again on the third round. And while he's finishing the pigs in a blanket, he is on to the 7-layer dip. That's Jeffrey.
Let me correct you, George.
And Joey's pausing for water. Jeffrey Esper now 1/3 of the way through the 7-layer dip. It's not 7 layers, it's 8 layers, and that's why it's so hard.
Well, Major League Eating did survey hundreds and hundreds of football fans across the country in the interest of moving American culinary scene forward. The culinary scene now much better off. The top layer is bacon. America spoke.
Clean that good.
It's an 8-layer dip.
Jeffrey is now about 14 ounces ahead of Joey here. Look, he's cleaning it. Look, he cleaned it with his hand. He is so conscientious, Richard. He cleaned that right up with his hand. And now Joey on to the cheese balls, Richard.
The cheese balls, of course, George, it's a good way to get a little bronzer. If you don't have time to go to the spa, you use that cheese dust as a foundation.
It is chaos with the cheese balls, Richard. I can see it is ripping up the roof of his mouth and his cheeks and his tongue. It's very, very difficult. He's pushing on, but he will not be able to whistle, I think, for a good week to 10 days. He could be as happy as a clam, but he can't whistle.
Both on cheese balls as well. Darren and Nick both, and Gideon OG. This is a battle occurring right here.
Michelle now falling slightly behind the field. Joey Chestnut trying to finish up the cheese balls, which are a little chaotic.
Well, the elephant in the room, George, the boneless wings. Are there boneless chickens? Are there any birds without bones in their wings? I'm no ornithologist, but I looked into it, and the answer is no. Even hummingbirds have bones in their wings, but these are what we call boneless buffalo wings.
Well, for the scientific mindset, there is no such thing as a boneless wing. It's just that simple. Jeffrey Esper is ahead, Richard. He's well into the boneless wings now. He is about 7 boneless wings ahead of Joey Chestnut now. They still both have the jalapeno poppers and the sub. But now Jeffrey Esper is establishing a significant, measurable lead here. Joey Chestnut has to pick up the speed.
Well, you know, not last year, but in 2019, the last regular year that we had a full season, they matched up 11 times, and I believe that Esper was able to beat Joey 5 of those times.
Gideon OG here, substantially tied with the rest of the top eaters, Richard. This is very close, and it goes beyond just Joey and Jeffrey. And right now, Darren Breeden is only about 7 to 8 boneless wings behind the top 3. That's very close.
Well, you know, it's going to really, I thought those cheese balls so far were the leveler. We're going on to that submarine sandwich, or what Micah Collins and Steak Belly might call a hoagie, what you call in Westchester a wedge. what you call in, I guess, a po' boy down in NOLA.
And Jeffrey Esper now pulling away from Joey Chestnut, even in this type of food, which is Joey's strength. But Joey sometimes comes back in the late moments of the contest. That is what's going to have to happen here if he's going to beat Jeffrey. Jeffrey is now pulling away from the #1 ranked eater in the world.
Well, they are well matched, these two.
You're going to have to just check the floor quick, Joey. I'm gonna get it for you.
We are on to the kicker, the jalapeno poppers for the man from Oxford, Massachusetts. Jeff Esper may just go home. Lifelong Pats fan. Bittersweet today watching his boy Tommy Terrific. But doing
Richard,
it for
this is
Greater
it.
Boston
Jeffrey
right
is now putting Joey away. Joey has not even touched the plate of jalapeno poppers, and Jeffrey is now near the end of his plate is clean. He's got one stray piece of pepperoni. He's got to go back for it.
Joey came out so fast, it's almost like reminiscent of that 28-3 game.
Joey is pausing for water, but nothing will slow down this man, Jeffrey Esper, and he now just has to finish what's in his mouth. He's just got to finish that, and he's done. Joey now into the poppers, but frankly, Richard, it's too late. He has won. Jeffrey Esper has won the day. Down goes Chestnut in this amazing contest. Joey now trying for second against the rest of these eaters.
Well, we're going to have them all finish. There is wagering on this, but without a doubt, if this unofficial result becomes official, this will be the most memorable contest in Esper's career.
Nick Wehry now very close to Joey. He's about 3 to 4 jalapeno poppers behind Joey. If it may be closer than that, and look at Jeffrey Esper, a moment of extraordinary success for this man who has just put down Joey in the field.
If Nick Wehry were to come back and edge out Joey, that's the question. Can
Nick Wehry is right with Joey, but Joey's looking at him. Joey now knows he's got to do something, and he's doing it. Joey's coming faster now. Nick slowing a little. Joey is 2 poppers ahead, Richard, now 2 poppers.
Jalapeno stuffed with cream cheese and then batter fried, or what I call them crispy steamed, because my wife doesn't like me to eat fried food, so I eat crispy steamed chicken and whatnot.
Joey now down to his last 3 on the plate, Richard. That's just 1 palmful for him. He's going to clean up the plates. He's got now Nick Wehry, who seems to have slowed there. He put on an incredible performance, but seems to have hit a bit of a wall. Joey looking like he's going to get an unofficial second. Darren Breeden holding his own down there to the right of Joey. And Nick just struggling here through the final plate of jalapeno poppers. Joey now just finishing what's in his mouth, taking the time. He knows Nick has got about 2 to 3 poppers left, so he's just finishing up. And Joey is done. Sam, would you verify that? Verified. Okay, Sarah, wow. Sam is good on the debris. We have Joey in second officially, Rich.
Joey in second. Unofficial results so far. We will get the official results. Of course, there's $100,000 pay to play on this.
Nick Wehry is now finishing up.
Bejeweled
Sam is checking it out.
DraftKings football trophy. Unbelievable piece of hardware that everybody wants.
Nick has got this. He's just cleaning up. He knows he has the time, and he's done. Nick Wehry is done. No, Nick Wehry is done.
Yeah, but we're done. Stop eating.
Yeah. Nick Wehry now.
We're done? 8 minutes. Put down your food, ladies and gentlemen. Put down your food.
And that is time. It's 8-minute competition.
And that is the end of official regulation time, Richard. The unofficial results, forgive me for saying official earlier, is Jeffrey Esper, Joey, and then Nick. So we will see what the judges say. So we are now looking at Nick Wehry, who's leaning over the table. An incredible performance, but he seems weary. I don't know if it's the heat or the weight of the food. Joey Chestnut also leaning down, feeling the weight of that food, and also Darren Breeden.
We kicked things off a couple hours before the official kickoff, and this was very exciting. We're going to be back in a moment right here near Riverwalk. I guess the eyes of the world are on this spot right now. We will have the official results of the DraftKings Big Game SnackDown when we come back to Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Welcome back to the SS Gurgitation. We're sailing in the heart of Tampa Bay, a city as breezy and refreshing as a Diet Mountain Dew. Sunny skies and 73 degrees, in history was certainly made on this boat.
543.
We're going to get some official results. Let's go down to George.
Richard, that was an incredible battle. You can see the battlefield now in front of you. It came down to it. We were right. With 5 minutes and 43 seconds, Jeffrey Esper finished everything, and he wins the day. Number one, Jeffrey Esper, the champion of the DraftKings Big Game SnackDown. But right behind him, 7 minutes and 32 seconds, champion of the world, ranked number one, Joey Chestnut. Joey, let me ask you before I talk to Jeffrey, how did you feel here today? You seemed a little bit weighted down by the food or the heat. What was it?
You know, I knew right away that Jeff was fast, and I was eating with a little bit of panic, so I was messy, and then my jaws got tired towards the middle. So yeah, it's the first contest of the year, and I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna make sure that everything works better next time.
Well, let me tell you, he's beaten you on this type of event before. Do you worry about him coming and gaining even more when we head toward the summer season?
Yeah. These are weird kind of events. There's so many different kinds of food. I do excel when it's one food, and I can find one rhythm, and I can just keep going and make my body cooperate. But you know, I need to find a way to win all the contests, not just the ones I naturally like.
Okay, well, congratulations. Number two, 7 minutes and 32 seconds. Jeffrey, incredible performance. I saw Joey. I thought he was going out very fast. It turns out you were ahead of him significantly. What was your strategy?
So I practiced with these foods, and I kind of knew how fast I could do everything. So I felt really good and when I saw I had them edged a little bit, I knew I had it. So
you seem to just have control from the very beginning. And tell me, have you been training? There haven't been many contests. What was it that put you in this position?
Yeah, I don't like to let myself get out of shape. So yeah, I've been trying to keep in shape as good as I can. You know, not as contest season, but 90%. I like to keep myself there. Yeah.
All right, well, listen, congratulations, Jeffrey Esper, number one in the DraftKings Big Game SnackDown. Third was the great Nick Werry. We will have all of the results online. I'm going to throw it back to Rich.
Thank you, George, and congratulations to Jeff, Nick, and Joey for the top three spots there. We had that prop bet with DraftKings of would they all finish the food? Would any of them not finish the food? 3 of them actually missed that 8-minute mark. It was the fastest 8 minutes I've ever seen in sport. It was great, and it was a lot of fun out here in Tampa Bay. The fun continues with the DraftKings Dream Stream. Keeps going with The Sweat up next. Jesse and Emerson will join some leading analysts and break down the big game. Oh, and also the $55 million fourth quarter free-to-play pool. $55 million, dude. Download that DraftKings app. For Major League Eating and George Shea, I am Rich Shea. Thanks for watching and enjoy the game.